cycle remains cut off. Houses and agricultural lands remains inundated in Kundrakpam as Met Department predicts more rainfall. Collapse of bridge over Imphal River in Modbung hits transport and communication of 15 villages. Flood hits work at NIT complex and Shija hospitals. Farmers appeal to government to waive loans. And Imphal River breaches at Mayang Imphal Haibong Makhong. Adim Panmay assures flood victims of government help. A very good evening. You're watching Impact TV Primetime English News. I'm Janish Kasliwal with all the latest news updates. Now, cycle now remains cut off from Imphal due to flood. Affected people have drawn the attention of the authorities to their problem and appealed for help. Meanwhile, several parts of Kundrakpam constituency remain inundated and there is no sign of improvement as incessant rain hit the affected areas for the last couple of days. A large number of houses and vast areas of agricultural land have been submerged under flood water. Major parts of Imphal Saikul Road has also been flooded, causing grievous inconveniences to the people. Only heavy vehicles can pass this road. The flood has inundated many schools in the constituency. Farmers have also expressed apprehensions that they will not be able to cultivate rice this year. People whose houses have been submerged underwater face several problems, including shortage of safe drinking water and other essential items. They drew the attention of the government to the problems. It may be mentioned that the Indian Meteorological Department has warned of more rainfall in the state. If it rains further, Kundrakpam and neighbouring areas will remain inundated.
Asidagina kanu tanggam langgai leu yahude tang aibu tang khai bu lai aduga tang khai degi halki da halaga maning tanggam manung phawng lai
samai chaw je an gain ha da thaina ama kanu taw chaw mai 1966 samai ha ba kho ba ha da adu matung da handak chaw sina anirak su samai chaw na ko mari ni manga ni mai su ngarang phaw di si ground gi samai na leiram me ko aduga ground gi makha ta han awang ni kya chawm dam ni adu hoji gi pura thumjan gare hoji Gari thau do gari ama thau re yaad re lepya macham di thau ma thau ta de bus natna gari to chapa ngam de sina ama indi college nam lei ja manung ji pura thum me classroom change adi hostel ni pi le hostel ga ja sigi room am change pura chang ba chang loi gare si tei mayam de di satra ga ji school di chali ba khosi mate gi satra di tan to tam mayam lei ri ato mafam da ising di chaw do mafam au de di chat pa ngam de ka ben thau re ben lepya anu upalai to bien dar bega ju upalai je jab
khara dani lungi to no ko si di yani ha ba tha jadre ha bi sing je mayang je ta yam tap ya ba ngai du gi wani ye phau de lok na ro ba aduna kum si ji mayam parja khara wana ni phau jeng khara tang da male.
The collapse of a bridge over Imphal River in Modbung has hit the transport and communication of 15 neighbouring villages in Kangpokpi district. The situation has not only affected communication between the villages but also rice cultivation as villagers cannot take their tractors across the river. Paddy fields are mostly located on the other side of the bank. The RCC bridge constructed on the Imphal River known as Gun among the locals was swept away by flood in 2015. Since the government did not repair the bridge, despite people's repeated requests, they built a wooden bridge, but it was also swept away during floods. Impact News today visited the site. The villagers have built a small bridge using electric poles, steel cables and bamboos. People of 15 neighbouring villages including Bolkot, Yelhang and Chalyang now depend on this small bridge for the movement and transport of goods. When 3 persons across the bridge, it trembled under their weight and it is dangerous if villagers have to carry heavy loads. There is also a hillock across the river known as Tangbung, which can be developed into a tourist spot for it has historical significance. During the Second World War, Japanese tanks exploded in the hillock. The bunkers where the Japanese soldiers died and buried are still there. Villagers said people from India and different parts of the world who came to visit the place left many a times after seeing the condition of the bridge. The villagers have appealed to the government to repair the bridge and preserve the place. Meanwhile, the RCC base of Kuraupokpi Bridge, located at least 200 meters off Modbung Market on National Highway 2, has also started collapsing.
Battle of Isakaina, point Isakaina, Hangnariba, Mapam 80 Japanese soldiers give Moisi dead bodies, Mayam Moigi. Mayam si da phumi haibasi koina chapchana paudi phangre thongsi athubu matam da semjin biraga koi mapan lom degi lam koiba lakpa foreign mayam gi moi chathok chachin da khara khudong cha da ba leibasi sarkar na mieng changsin biraga koi athubu matam da semjin bi haibasi
akhoi gi thongse Manipur da leiriba thong ne masida Congress government na su sembi draba aduga anau ba sarkar BJP ni sinasu chingda chance pigani hai adu phawba su yengsin bidaba masidu karamba government na sim kadaba ne athubu matamda andagi tha manung sida sembiro masida semde batara badi bon khangde ama khangde maduda taurani.
Now, flood-affected farmers of Lilong constituency in Thoubal district have appealed to the government to waive loans in view of the losses they have suffered in the present flood. Speaking to media during his inspection of flood-affected houses, paddy fields and fish farms, Chief Coordinator of Lilong Karampat Local Farmers Club, Mohammed Firoz Khan said a large area of 17 agricultural lands and fish farms have been inundated by water in the constituency. He drew the attention of authorities concerned to the grievances of the farmers and daily wage earners who are badly hit by the situation. Firoz Khan also highlighted the inconveniences faced by the people whose houses have been submerged under flood water. He also appealed for loan waiver.
Sibaga Pankak Weraba, Hingba Sor Holi Habakak Nairaba, Praja Singi, Kam Teng Waraba Tanzasida, Government Maike Dagi, Yunkai Kea, Iba Amadi, Isingsia, Kang Tabaga, to Gudabaki Nairaga Lereba, Yum Sing Asimasu Sarkar, Maike Dagi Sabiu, Low Pananabaki the Makta, being the Lautaba Sent Tang Sing Ase, State Government Asina, Karamba, pre-plan Karamba suggestion, Tobiga the game Madu Tobiraga. Akoigi loni singda akoigi laumi singda tuliba bengi loan asi kokto hanbiu haiba simatanga akoina government asida yamna maruoina appeal tawjari.
Residents of Sagulban Mainu Leirak, Maisnam Nungthumbam Leikai drew the attention of the authority to non-distribution of relief items to flood victims in the locality. Speaking to media persons at Samurai Latpam Mandap, the locals complained that only 19 households in IMC Ward number 9 were selected for distribution of relief items like rice and pulses, in spite of many houses being inundated by water. They questioned the authenticity of the flood survey report and alleged that some houses out of the 19 houses selected were not affected by flood at all. They also demanded to make the survey public. The locals said the corporator of the ward told them that the DC office had provided only 3 half bags of rice. The locals strongly condemned the meager amount of the relief items and urged the authority to immediately look into the matter.
Somnagi cano bikhay hong katang pirak pa si karam background da kanagi thuda kanagi pamato pirak inova di sina pirak pa haibasi tangai phadana lokendugi MLA gi thuda to pirak da manatra haiba MLA amana soi tabu matanda kano sida DC da somnagi be hong katang piu haibasi karam background ka mana tho ino haiba lebang miyang ga sam chaba nom katang ta baga mayam gi wena di torian kai ka thokpane ba macham thom le kai haibasi di nom katang ta ba dom thom ba jaga ne ba Emile sina sigi matang da sigi mayam tori basma to biba ngamoi da boita gadi lemna nungaina pham thato ga nungani imu patha ga lebiu ne.
The relief materials were distributed to flood-affected victims at 15 relief camps in Nambol constituency under the supervision of MLA N. Loken. Members of Nambol Block Congress Committee and workers of the MLA distributed rice, pulses, edible oil, salts and candles to the flood victims. Now, areas around the Langol Hills have also been inundated by flood water. National Institute of Technology NIT complex and various departments of Shrija Hospitals and Research Institute have been submerged underwater. With the help of Irrigation and Flood Control Department IFCD, water has been pumped out of the hospital campus, reducing the inconveniences faced by the people. Although there is a separate drainage system for the hospital, it gets flooded whenever it rains since there is no proper drainage system in and around the hospital. Speaking to Impact News, Managing Director of Shrija Hospitals, Dr. K.H. Palin said OPD block, administrative block and staff buildings were flooded due to the incessant rain on Sunday night, causing grievous inconveniences in the functioning of the hospital, and departments were temporarily shifted. Dr. Palin lauded the efforts of the government in fighting the flood. He also appealed to the government to come out with a long-term solution for the sake of students in NIT too.
Akwai khatana drain du thamba yade thangnaba mayam asang se thamdragadi akwai khatana drain du thamaga chenthop phom di leite aduna haidi government gi level da yam chauna address tawga drainage ma yam chauna haidi akwai periphery de leiba si khata sunatana akwai NIT oina collaborate tawraga yam chauna drainage yaudrakadi long term dadi haitana akwai inconvenience lei si je hostel gi oina lamphel pat aduga Langol Hills si itihas ka sagunaraga lakpa yamna phajagraba mafamni Imphal city gi damuktadi ngahakhtang chathoga pothaba adagi nuksin nusa phaba mafam haiba taragadi hari mafam si natana atei leite hari mafam si preserve tawnaba maintain tawnaba authority gi attention akoina chingsanjari.
The Imphal River breached its bank at Mayang Imphal Hebong Makhong last night, adding to the woes of people of the area who have been reeling under flood due to breach of the river bank a week ago. Heavy and incessant rains in the last couple of days collapsed the bank of Imphal River at Hebong Makhong Makhalaikai, destroying more than 15 houses. The breach has also affected Irong Chesaba. People of the area are trying to block the water using earth. The residents of Hebong Makhong are facing difficulties due to the flood. Flood has occurred twice in the last 10 days in the area. Not only a vast area of agricultural lands have been submerged by the flood, but several houses have been destroyed by the strong current of water. Vice Chairman of Manipur State Disaster Management Authority Adim Panmay inspected the flood-hit areas today. He assured the flood victims of government assistance through DCs concerned. He said measures will be taken to help the victims after receiving a report from the DCs.
Turen kai hiba mafam asida Hebong Makhong hariba mafam asimaktani khoina leiramribsi aduna district ki administration gi khuthang dagina shoklaba awaba taraba amasung yum kai khraba adu singnubo chapchana ekhoina SDO gi through dagina DC gi through dagina assessment tawraga pangba yaba ekhoi disaster management gi tarapta gi pangba yaba pangani aduga pangdana su leire aduga makha taba kari step lokhat pa yai habisi district ki administration ki report ki matung ina akhoi chapchana thabak pangthokani.
Thoubal DC Lukram Nabakishore emphasized the need for a long-term solution to the problem rather than taking us temporary measures. He appealed to the public to cooperate with departments concerned.
DPR saraga project se phaja phaja tawragadi ai kitang phagada khali smart na disaster gi koi management committee tu su koi sar koi dom than tawga phajana koi AC gi ko ha ke amna amaga hap chamna taba real oida ba situation khang mi na ne tawdra da table phamaga si kilometer hap chalo si kilometer hap chalo tu yaro on stakeholder se phajana panchayat level gi ko si handa ki jaw suna proof ne na khoi mam pulaga sida di member pradhan hai lete khoi mam we are working together ko semana long plan am di chang.
Now, Deputy Chief Minister Yumnam Joy Kumar distributed relief materials to flood-affected people of Uripok Ward Number 5 in Langol area today. He distributed rice, pulses and other essential items to around 80 families. Agriculture, Veterinary and Animal Husbandry Minister V. Hankhalian has appealed to flood-hit farmers not to panic. The minister today visited the site of raising of community nursery conducted by Department of Agriculture at Hautal, Pangai. Responding to media query regarding compensation to flood-hit farmers, the minister said flood-affected farmers will be compensated under Natural Calamity Relief Fund. He said the government has taken measures to provide assistance to farmers. Although water level of major rivers in the state has receded, water from Takiel Kungbalpat and drainage in Patsoi constituency has inundated around 200 houses. The flood-affected people of Takiel Kungbal are taking shelter at the 4 relief camps set up on the Nambul bank. Patsoi MLA A.K. Mirabai today inspected the flood-hit areas and distributed relief materials at the relief camp. A free medical camp was also organized at Takiel Kungbal Junior High School under the initiative of the MLA. MLA Mirabai said she has sought help from the government and assured that she will look into the grievances of the flood-affected people.
Masi institutional area oimana maram oire haraga aikoi ki sarkar ki oiba tongan ba vibhag singi tongan ba development tawrakpadagi di leijaramba khong jingji loina aikoi punjallakhi bana maram oiraga maru oiba main problem si oirakpani masi kohannabagi upai si aikoi hojik atuba matamda major plan ama yatle haraga masi gi chawo se phahannabagi damakta fajana aikoi darkar oiba sembab thokpa iram nala adudagi tongan ba kutpa mafam singsi kari tawgadagi haibana singba singdo aikoi gi laiba sarkar gi laiba loisangda mari lainaba loisangda aikoi khusamnaraga chapminaraga masi atuba matamda semga sagatnabagi achoba aikoi step ama lokhatnabagi damakta aikoi kaya yatpa hore.
Now, Development and Protection United Volunteer Organization Nambol has appealed to the government to provide assistance to the flood-affected people of Nambol and Konthojam constituencies. Now, Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren today handed over loans to women self-help groups of Kwatha village, Tenopal district in presence of Health Minister L. Jayantakumar at the CM's Secretariat. Manipur State Cooperative Bank was entrusted to give loans to SHGs of Kwatha village on 1st Miyamgi Numit held on May 15th. Biren said such financial help will be the help of people of Kwatha in production of food products like soybean. He assured that the approach road from National Highway 102 to Kwatha village will be black-topped and an IRP and MR battalion will be posted near the village. The Chief Minister handed over a cheque of 50,000 rupees each to 6 self-help groups of the village. It may be mentioned that Kwatha has a population of 375. It's time for us to take a very short break. Keep watching Impact News. Welcome back. Now, representatives of Editors Guild Manipur and Manipur Hills Journalists Union, led by President A. Mobi, MHJU President Sothing Shimre, and EGM General Secretary Yumnam Rupachandra, today called an Information and Public Relations Minister Thongam Bishwajit at his office and discussed the welfare schemes for the journalists community. The EGM and MHJU representatives called on the minister at his office in New Secretariat. EGM and MHJU team also submitted a memorandum regarding identification and acquisition of land for a press park, respective offices for EGM and MHJU, and accommodation for journalists coming to the capital from the hill districts, one-time exemption and enrollment for journalists who had been left out from the pension scheme for journalists to the minister. They also urged the government to adopt a Manipur government advertisement policy where every program and achievement of the government is advertised through media, as the Supreme Court has made it compulsory for implementation of the Majithia Wage Board recommendations. The memorandum also requested consideration of the long-standing demand for subsidy for power and transport subsidy for newsprints and other printing material and amendment of accreditation card rules of DIPR. IPR Director Kungbang Megha Chandra also attended the meeting. A 7-member team of Manipur University Students' Union MUSU, led by President Mayang Langbam Buchi, met Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren yesterday and submitted a memorandum seeking the withdrawal of security personnel from the university campus. MUSU in a press release said the Chief Minister assured them of looking into the matter. Asthma clinic is revamped at RIMS and will be managed by Department of Respiratory Medicine. The clinic will start functioning from tomorrow 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the ground floor of General OPD room number 6. The clinic will function on Thursdays. Now, a team of Imphal East Commando arrested a self-styled Lance Corporal of KCP Noyon Group yesterday around 11 a.m. The cadre is identified as Hidam Aboy, 24 years, son of Hirabi from Nongren Maning Laikai. He was arrested at Sawambung Forest Gate by a team of DSP Commander Robinson Khamnam, DSP Operation RK Saklemba and OC Luthang Wi-Fi under the supervision of Additional SP of Imphal East Wungpam Kasar. Preliminary investigations reveal that Hidam Aboy had joined the militant outfit in 2012 under Wan Tayai from Pungdongbam. He now works under Deputy Army Chief Langam. He has been handed over to the Lamlai police station. Now, patients and family members from Manipur who have gone for cancer treatment at Tata Memorial Hospital, Mumbai, one of the best cancer hospitals in the country, face numerous issues including language, accommodation and financial problem. We bring you an exclusive report from Impact News citizen journalist Kajal Kurai.
Who is this woman, hoping for government's help and worried if she will be forced to spend the night by the roadside? Who is he, hoping against hope to save his child?
2015 gi October da koi CM relief fund gi mak to apply toksagi bani adu ngasi bauk ta koi hanguba matamda response ma pibirakte.
Who is this man who sought for the Chief Minister Relief Fund and why did he seek help? These are none other than the ones who are fighting the most dreaded and feared disease, cancer, in far-off places away from home. Many cancer patients from Manipur go to Tata Memorial Hospital in Mumbai, which is considered one of the best hospitals for treatment. The first hurdle they face there is the problem of lodging. They are faced with the problem of their non-availability. Even if they manage to find one, they cannot afford the rent.
Deposit 4,000.
Patients from Manipur feel that their problem could be solved if there is a guest house for Manipur or a Manipur Bhavan in Mumbai like the other states have.
Manipur guest house cancer patients
Chief Minister Nongthongmam Biren Singh had also expressed a desire to have a Manipur Bhavan in Mumbai as soon as he took charge of the government. The 100-day program of the government also includes setting up of a 100-bedded cancer hospital in Manipur. But it is necessary to understand why patients from Manipur go all the way to Mumbai.
Manipur cancer
Manipur doctor
Since the treatment consumes a lot of time and involves a huge amount of money, when they applied for the assistance, no response comes from the government, let alone the help.
Chief Minister Relief Fund patient 75 to 75,000 to 1 lakh se loin bak soin napi adu akoi Manipur gi di akoi na apply tor bak da ngasi bak da akoi phang balai tri akoi apply tor gi bak se 2015 gi October da akoi CM relief fund bak to apply tor jagi bani adu ngasi bak da akoi hanguba matam da response ma pibirakte.
Patients and their families face the language problems when they go for treatment to the other states. There are interpreters available at the hospital for other states, but not for Manipur.
mi mà luôn khăng bầm rồi na tadi cái số nhà thì ai này Hindi cả mà tiếng ngang như thế na đục là khăng thì ai là số hấp tạt
aduga tongan ba mi khare le aduna makoina paisa laur ga patient sing paisa nam na laur ga makoina guide tawrini haidana guide tawgi nama da paisa laur ga use ma laur ga makoina patients ne hen awa pi.
Even though there are language issue, financial problem, and there is a cancer hospital in Manipur, patients will continue to go outside the state for treatment. Better late than never, the government needs to do something for these patients. A father of the patient said he has to do all he can for his child despite all the hurdles. Isn't it high time for the government realized the gravity of the situation and took a firm stand to help the people? With citizen journalist Kajal Khurai from Mumbai, this is Raj Nongthongbam, Impact News.
Now, State Institute of Journalism (DIPR) will engage guest lecturers and resource persons for the one-year diploma course in journalism and mass communication. Willing candidates may apply to the DIPR director with their biodata by July 18th. Now, Institute of Cooperative Management Imphal will conduct a 3-day leadership development program for Chairman Board of Directors of Labour Cooperatives of Manipur from 17th to 19th of this month at the Institute. And noted former player of Mohan Bagan Football Club and orthosurgeon Dr. Aboy Golmay passed away due to an illness at 78 2 days ago at his residence in New Delhi. He was part of the winning Mohan Bagan team in 1950s, which won several tournaments including the Rovers Cup. He continued playing football while studying at the prestigious R.J. Kar College in Kolkata. Dr. Aboy worked at Safdarjung and RML hospitals and retired as head of orthopedic department. He was laid to rest in his native Kakhulong village in Pauna Bazar. Now, a 16-member team of Royal Riders Manipur left Imphal for Bhutan today. The 20-day trip on the theme Druk Odyssey will see the team interact with the people of Bhutan about their culture, traditions, etc. Now, Manipuri players who represented India had won medals in Jeonju Open International Taekwondo Championship 2017 and Changchun Open International Taekwondo Championship 2017 held at South Korea were accorded a warm welcome when they arrived in Imphal today. 8 Manipuri players were part of the 36-member Indian team. 7 of the Manipuri players are from Taekwondo academies in Manipur and 1 from Sai, Goa. Manipuri players bagged 2 gold, 3 silver and 2 bronze in the tournaments. All Manipur Taekwondo Association selected these players from various Taekwondo academies in the state and took part in the championships without any government assistance.
All Manipur Taekwondo Association na handaki matang sina tung matik yam phasana cooperation pibi siengyo ba government de site di thudokpa open city leite government gi di tongan ba championship khar lei atopa state ki lakna ba di tongan ba company me am na sponsor tobi ba ado khoi gi di sponsor tobugi khudong sa ba du khoi na su advertise wat panara khoi na organize site banara mudui potu kitang khudong sa wali maroina masu gumba me am se khoi tournament sing sa pa khopar sarkar gi site gi mating pian janingi
aina ngasi medal ani lorokpada kaino hayeng tunggi akoi hayeng aina India bu ming world gi da famous hamba ngam gani na khali aduga ai oja bu yam thagachai mana akoi bu smaila loina ga pubi bai dama aduga khoi damak ta khanber lakpi ba mayam bu su ai yam nungai thagachai.
Now, 15 players, including 6 women players from Manipur, will represent India in the 5th World Wovenam Championship to be held from August 1st in New Delhi. The championship will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and BJP National President Amit Shah will grace the closing ceremony on August 9th. Players from 25 countries will compete in the championship. Now, Wangoi Kendra Kankhut D beat their rival in the 6th late Longjam Kuber Singh Memorial League cum knockout Open Kang tournament. In the 9th league match played today, Wangoi Kendra Kankhut D defeated Thongzu Kendra Kangkhut by 12-8. The tournament is sponsored by Imphal East TFO L. Joy Kumar in memory of his father and organized under the aegis of Lining Thosana Mahikang Association, Wangoi at Lungzam Laikai Community Hall, Wangoi. 13 teams are taking part in the tournament. Wangoi Kendra Kangkhut C will face Nambol Kendra Kangkhut in the 10th league match tomorrow. Before we wind up this bulletin, let's have a look at the headlines once again. Cycle remains cut off. Houses and agricultural lands remain inundated in Kundrakpum as Met Department predicts more rainfall. Collapse of bridge over Imphal River in Motbung hits transport and communication of 15 villages. Flood hits works at NIT complex and Shira hospitals. Farmers appeal to government to waive loans. And Imphal River breaches at Mayang Imphal Haibong Makhong. Adim Panmay assures flood victims of government help.